What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content that we have coming out. And with this video, we are jumping into Robin's issue number 4. This is the series that won DC Comics Round Robin, and what we have seen transpire so far throughout this line is all of our Robins, they have gone in their own direction, after Tim Drake had just laid into every single one of them and told them exactly what he thinks of them. This has caused a drift between all of our Robins. Little do they know that Tim Drake was an imposter, the psychopath known as Wren, dressing up as a Robin and claiming to be the first Robin, claiming to be the legitimate and only Robin. We are seeing that the schemes go much deeper than we ever anticipated. And if you have not been keeping up with this line, go ahead, check out the link in my description as well at the top of this video. It's gonna get you completely caught up on everything that is going on with Robins. Be sure to buy the comics, support the industry, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into issue 4, right off the bat, I'm going to say that this issue really has brought some more life to this comic. Because after the first 3 issues, while it seemed interesting, this whole Wren pretending to be the first Robin, it really kind of threw me off. But as this one comes to an end, I am really starting to like this line, and I'm really looking forward to what happens next. And this story, it picks us up with all of our Robins in their individual cities trying to track down Anarchy, believing that the devotees of Anarchy have been behind everything going on, believing that Anarchy has been behind the scenes manipulating every situation. And right now, Anarchy is running scared because he has every one of the Bat Kids coming after him. And so while Anarchy is running scared, he does notice that one of the Robins are missing, the one known as Red Robin. Because Red Robin, he is currently tied up because of Wren. She has been pretending this whole time to be Tim Drake while he has been kidnapped in this location. She is the one that went off on all of the other Robins. The goal was to divide and conquer. But we see Tim Drake, he is currently tied up and he looks drugged, he looks a little rough, he looks like he has been beaten up. But while Wren is away, he takes this opportunity to get over to the computer and he sends out a message. And he does this in the hopes of bringing the entire Bat family down upon her head. And as he gets this message sent off, this is where we see Wren walk into the room and she knocks him for a loop. And for Tim Drake, he is trying to piece together who she is. Not really having a lot of information, the only thing that he has really gotten from her is that her name is Wren, naming herself after an old British nursery rhyme. And so, with Tim Drake trying to keep consciousness, that's where we pick up in the sub-sewers of Gotham and Blüdhaven. Because down here, we have old railroad tracks that connect the two cities to one another. And this is where Anarchy is trying to make his getaway, going from one city to the next. Using these rail systems, he ends up finding 2 of the Robins. And with the arrival of Damian and Dick Grayson, this is where we see Red Hood as well. All of our Robins, they have been tracking down Anarchy, and they have all come to this one location, with them hot on his trail. They meet in a subsection. This subsection, there is 3 barrels lying in the middle of the room. Anarchy hits the button, and we see multiple Anarchy start popping up from all of these barrels. And this is where we see all of our Robins, they attack without any remorse, without any hesitation. We are seeing a more brutal side of all of our Robins. And we see the 3 of them easily dispatch all of these decoys as well as Anarchy. But this is where we get the arrival of Spoiler. And Spoiler, she brings all of this to an end, telling Anarchy that he needs to make a run for it, because right now she is about to have a discussion with all of her brothers. Of course, our Robins, they're asking what is going on because she threw a kind of concussion grenade into the room to throw all of them off, giving Anarchy the opportunity to run away and her to have a heart-to-heart with all of them, letting them know that they all went too far. that when they first arrived, they had no idea that these decoys were actually people. And with you guys going off like that, you had no remorse. You held back with zero restraint. But the truth of the matter is Anarchy has been telling them this entire time that he is not responsible for whatever happened. And spoiler, she has evidence to prove that Anarchy is not lying to them. But both Nightwing and Red Hood, they don't want to hear anything. What they want to do is go and track down Anarchy to find him and make him answer for everything that they think he has done so far. And as they begin to walk off, this is where Damian Wayne, he begins cackling. He begins laughing hysterically. And Damian lets them know that Anarchy, he represented an idea. He is a manipulator, a bad influencer. They saw the DOA members ruined by his teachings, and so they lashed out. They ran headfirst without even looking, punching anything in their way. Because ever since that night in the cemetery, ever since Tim Drake, he had gone off on all of them, they have all been wondering deep down inside if they have served as a poor role model, asking if their life has been a lie up to this point, questioning every single action and everything that they have ever done, wondering if they put a stain on the legacy. And Damian, he knows they have been asking these questions because he has been asking himself the same thing. But while they have been sitting here questioning everything they do because Tim Drake brought their morality into question, the question they should be asking is, where is Tim Drake? And so with everyone coming to the agreement that they are going to sit down and they are going to hear Steph out, they're going to do this back at Nightwing's apartment. Having a new air conditioner, he wants to get out of the heat, he wants to sit down, he wants to relax just for a second while they go over whatever new evidence is going to be brought to them. And so getting to Dick Grayson's apartment, this is where they start going over the evidence that she has. Because after that night, she decided to go to Lydia, the girl from the Anarchies, trying to figure out any kind of information that she might be able to get, with her telling Spoiler that Mr. Nag had helped her see the light, and that she had no idea who Spoiler was, thinking maybe that this was the advice of some lawyer telling her that she shouldn't give up any information. The truth is that there is something in her eyes. There is a legitimate light in her eyes. And for some reason, she does not remember Spoiler, even though Spoiler hit her in the face with a freaking staff. And right before the guards had come in, Lydia asked the question if she won, with Spoiler going back to Lydia's apartment to try to find any kind of evidence that could help answer all of these questions. And what she found inside of a stuffed animal was something that it was addressed to Mr. Nag. Inside this box, there were 4 drives. And what we learn is that before Cormac Dodge had died, he was working on an immense gaming platform. And that platform, it included implanted narratives. That is what these 4 drives are. And so we start to learn that Anarchy, he wasn't controlling all of his disciples. It was Mr. Nag. He was literally controlling them by using these devices, implanting a chip into their cerebral cortexes. And so Lydia literally thought that she was playing a game. The junior criminals, they believed they were actually the villains that they were betraying. And that is because they had Batman's records of the entire profiles of every single one of them. And so this is like in-depth research to be able to put into this video game. Because of how technical and specific Batman can be, it made this video game sequence seem almost real. And implanted with these narratives and having a physical escape, these two things mixed together, what they have created is essentially Sword Art Online. But as they look at these drives, they know that someone is trying to get them to play along. They know it's not Mr. Nag, but they don't know who is quite responsible for everything that is transpiring up to this point. The only thing they do know is that it's not Anarchy, but with there being 4 drives here, it appears that somebody wants them to play. And Spoiler, she believes that the prize is going to be finding out where Tim Drake is. And so as they are beginning to uncover all of this information, they are quickly realizing whoever is doing this is personal. It has something to do with the Robins, not sure why, not sure who would do this. But if someone wants them to play this game, Nightwing is 100% on board, taking the drive and flashing the light into his eyes. We see Nightwing drop down to his knees, and he has entered the game. And picking us up inside the Batcave, we have seen Batman. He's been trying to work solo, trying to solve whoever has been hacking into his system, with the Robins not really wanting to work with him and everyone else is currently preoccupied. Batman believes that he needs to solve this all on his own, more specifically because Cormac Dodge is somehow involved in all of this. Believed to be dead, Batman doesn't think so, believing that the escape artist has something to do with everything going on. He is going to go in and he is going to do this all on his own. And that is where we pick up with Tim Drake and Jenny Wren. And at this point, Tim Drake has finally started to piece together what is going on. He knows that he is part of a game. He knows that is why he is still alive. He knows that she is the one that hacked into the Bat computer. She had used all of their gauntlets against them. But he knows that there is something more that she wasn't able to get. Something on the Bat computer that she is needing access to. She also knows that Tim Drake is the one that created backdoors to the system. And so if anyone can hack into the Bat computer, it is Tim Drake. But he is letting her know that he has no intention of ever helping her out, with Jenny Wren letting him know that he already did. Days ago, when he thought he was sending a message to all of his friends, he in fact was already inside of this game. Because that's the thing about this game. Sometimes you don't even know that you are in fact playing a game. And this is where we pick up with Nightwing. And Nightwing, he is currently a spy, going by the alias of Agent 37, waking up from what he believed to be a dream. It looks like they were about to take out someone, sitting in a hotel room, having a sniper rifle, getting ready to take the shot. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. You know, like I said in the beginning, I really am getting into this. It took 4 issues for me to be truly invested into the series. But when it comes to augmented reality, when it comes to deep dive reality, you know, sword art online type things, I absolutely adore it. That's actually the first anime that I have ever watched. Usually too many of the animes are too sexualized for me to truly get into it and enjoy the show. But stuff like Sword Art Online, that show truly doesn't have that aspect to it. And I love the idea of deep dive gaming. Because honestly, if there were deep dive gaming, I would 100% hook an IV to myself and be in deep dive 24/7. And so I like the direction that they went with this. And it's really nice to see that that wasn't Tim Drake. That giant outburst in the last issue, this seems so out of place. It simply was not him. And as we begin to find out more about Jenny Wren, it is looking more and more like she's not necessarily the first Robin. She is just a crazed lunatic who believes that she should have been Robin. Believing that she could be the only Robin, she is now testing all of the Robins to see what they can do. But for her, this is nothing more than a game, than toying with them and proving that she is better than them. Though she is quickly going to learn that her divide and conquer tactic, it is only going to work for so long before our Robins unite and they take her down. With 2 more issues to go, let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you have not yet, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out, and until the next breakdown.